Uh, so it is about 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and dusk is still a couple hours off, so you definitely have time to relax, bathe, get changed, whatever you'd like to do. You hear Lilia outside the pool house sort of practicing with, whatever attack dummy she's got in kind of almost like a shift change as Brianna's going to take a nap and such. But you are sort of bathing in the warmth of the poolside firelight and also some sunlight kind of peeking through the thatch roof of the pool house. And the evening is yours for a couple hours.
Well, I'm gonna go pray.
What about?
Have you been sinning recently, or is there a reason for this prayer?
Well, just helping guide us on our journey here, because we're about to conduct a ritual we know nothing about,
Yeah.
dealing with forces we know little about, that are marginally powerful than us, I would say.
That is true.
More powerful than us.
So give me a I want you to take some time and think of what questions you're going to pose.
Okay.
And I kind of want to gamify this a little bit.
Krane assist in the prayer.
It's possible, but it seems that Reinhold has kind of went off on his own.
Do you roll to atone?
You, I think you would have to convince him that it would be a good idea, or convince him to let you in.
I mean, the door's not locked, so.
Oh, sure. I understand that.
Where'd Reinhold go?
I think he said he was going to go back inside the house.
Oh, okay. I think I need to go back inside the house.
Okay.
Maybe. If I can.
But, Drew, while I'm thinking about it, are these just questions that you want me to do for the prayer, or can I do requests, so to speak?
I would have you kind of roll a
How do I get back in my house?
a persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
But beyond that, I mean, you could try and make a request, yeah.
Oh, look, the door's open. Should shut that.
But if you want to kind of ask any questions at all, I would urge that you make a a ceremony spell or something like that to kind of add to it, unless you can think of something else to use.
There you are, Reinhold.
Okay.
What you doing?
Preparing to pray.
Oh, do you need me to leave for that?
No, if you'd like to stay, that's fine. Just,
Can I help?
well, I suppose there's a couple things you could do, or if you have something you'd like to ask of Tosh, I'm sure he'd be willing to help you if he can find the time or the inclination to do so.
Okay, so do you need me to hype you up or
No, that won't be necessary.
Okay, do you need me to hold something or just make be hey yo, Tosh man.
It's not so
Tosh man.
What's the word? Grandiose. It's more just a little bit of incense, maybe a couple of candles, just to help me. What?
Isn't incense illegal in a bunch of states?
Those are Kinder eggs.
Oh, what? Oh, sure.
No, I'm talking about the things you burn that make good smells, like sandalwood.
That's different. So okay, sure. That sounds good. We got this. So you asking Tosh to be like, hey, help Zalburn out with the ritual thingy. Make sure that goes good.
I don't think Deba needs help. It's more just in the coming days, I worry that if we find something with this ritual, it may put us in danger. It may put many people in danger, and I want to make sure that that danger is at least mitigated through Tasha's hand.
Danger isn't dangerous. I like your thinking that the danger is undanger. It's undangerful.
Exactly,
is
Krane.
lacking its dangerousness. This is good. I like how you think.
So Reinhold, if you want Krane to be involved in this in a way, you can cast Ceremony regarding the dedication infusion that is within the spell.
You open that up because I haven't used Ceremony yet.
And regardless, the whole thing will kind of encompass this and take about an hour or so. A little bit longer if you want to ritually cast it.
So when it says it can benefit from this rite only once, what does that mean exactly? Like I can only do it for one person at once in their life? Or does that mean like once within the 24 hours they can get that bonus?
No, I think it is once in perpetuity.
Okay, so once somebody is under that dedication right, they can only do that the one time.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, it might take some initiative from Krane to kind of follow that as well.
Sure.
I would allow you to kind of cast Ceremony without identifying an infusion, just so Krane can be present here and you getting answers one way or the other.
Okay. I'm writing up a few things that I want to ask and or say.
In the meantime, regarding Riven, Vazur, and Embra, how are you guys going to be spending the next couple hours before you meet at the library to see the High Zalburn again?
I'm actually going to ask Embra a question if she's open.
For business.
You gotta come over here. Oh,
Yeah.
you disappeared.
I assure you, I'm always here. Sorry, I'm on the other side of the wall.
I see.
But I'll sort of kind of slosh through the water a little bit, and I will say, Embra, do you have a moment?
I have plenty of moments. What do you need?
I was perhaps wondering if I could ask 2 favors of you.
Depends on the favor. Sure.
So we have a couple of hours. I guess I'll skip right to the business part. I was wondering if you could perhaps help me pick out some clothing, as I don't have any at the moment that aren't Reinhold's torn t-shirt.
I don't think you're gonna fit in any of my clothing.
I meant, would you perhaps go with me to a clothing shop or a tailor?
Sure.
The second question is, so you know when those kobolds slew me, correctly? I know you weren't there, but I'm sure someone told you.
I heard about it, yes.
They also stole my entire coin purse.
I see.
I was perhaps wondering if I could ask for you to loan me some money for clothing.
Didn't my brother give you, like, a jewel?
I don't...
Did you lose the jewel?
I don't remember.
I see everyone frantically checking their character sheets. I love that.
Click, clack, click, clack.
I do not have the. At least I don't see it in my inventory.
Hmm.
He did. He gave you like a ruby or something like that that was expensive.
Oh shit.
You
I
lost
I
it.
vaguely do remember that. I think I handed it to someone.
Why would you give away your only money
No, like
source?
to one of the other party members.
Why would you give away your only money source?
Leave it in Dunmuldeer.
I don't think.
Yeah, bud.
Why would I leave it in Dumbledore?
Well, regardless, Riven, I'm not to eavesdrop, but I do have the party funds in the bag of holding, if you'd like some of those.
I mean, I can lend him some money. I was just sad now that he lost the ruby. Or jewel, or whatever
I'm sure
it
it's
was.
somewhere. He probably put it in a safe place and forgot where it was. I do that all the time.
Wait, speaking of Dunmuldeer,
Oh, I have a
But-
ruby. Did he give it to me?
He might have given you the rupee. Why were you giving me so much static?
Because it was handed to you, not me.
Hmm.
I have a ruby. I don't know if it's from that or not, though.
It might be. It's about 300 gold pieces worth.
Yeah.
I don't think I need that much for new clothing, but like, I would gladly use some of it.
Well. Yeah. We can get you clothing. Whether
Okay.
it's out of my money or the ruby.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
I need new clothing.
buy yourself some new drawers.
As Krane would
Where's
say, get
that-
myself some new drip.
Where's that voice coming from?
What was the name of the woman who's not Lilia?
Brianna.
Brianna. Can you spell
Yeah.
that for me?
Bryanna. You know, NASCAR is the same forwards as it is backwards.
Oh, says who?
No, it was a quote from something like race car is the same forwards and backwards, but someone said NASCAR instead of race car.
I know. I try to remember what the fuck that's
Oh,
from.
Funhouse. It was like Adam
Yeah.
Coverdale, like
Yeah.
Raxan. Like, NASCAR is the same forwards as it is backwards. No, that's race car.
It's a palindrome.
Yeah.
Also,
Paleo-
just a side. Well,
Paleolithic.
Irma, continue.
But yeah,
I would say, as a side note, as you're talking to Embra, her hair is noticeably like shorter.
like you cut it.
No, like I'm in water,
Oh,
Sort of cooled off a bit.
so my
That's
hair
neat.
like gets kind of like shorter when I'm in water.
that's kind of cool.
I'm also surrounded by steam at the moment.
Yeah. Does anything of Riven's get shorter when he's in cold water?
Okay.
My
Whoa.
Singers!
Thank you, disembodied voice of God.
Yeah!
Look, man, it's cold out. All right, happens to everyone.
Mm.
Anyway,
What they all said.
either way, yeah. So I mean, obviously, we don't have to rush. We still have a few hours. But I just figured I would bring it up just in case we wanted to do it at some point soon.
Well, probably soon, because, you know, we gotta find you clothes that won't make you look homeless.
I also
Unless
probably have to.
that's-
I'm
Eh.
sorry. I was gonna say I probably have to give myself a bit more of a exfoliating scrub.
Didn't you just do that, like, beginning of the week?
And I don't think it would all go away immediately. I've been in the same pair of clothing for roughly 3 years.
Ew.
Pair of clothing?
I had whatchamacallit, like bandages to change into, but the same cloak and like mask, obviously.
The ritual is for artifacts, right? Things touched by red.
The idea is that is what you guys might be able to uncover after the ritual is done. Like, it might give you a way to locate those things. But yes, you have the right idea. Okay.
And then
So-
I guess Vazur could come with us if he'd like.
I appreciate it, but I was going to take this time to probably converse with my brother. Yeah.
Oh, Rashaz, right?
Yes.
If you have time or word space, give him our regards.
I would be happy to.
All right. And then I guess that just leaves Embra and myself to finish up and get on out of here.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, if you would like, you can essentially, if you're
Yeah,
using
now
the
gamify
gold,
it.
Regarding the shopping for Embra and Riven, and if you guys want to pick up anything else, just let me know. But regarding if you're using gold or the ruby, you can translate the ruby into 300 gold pieces if you'd like. Just let me know if what you're doing. That way I can delete an item and add gold or whatever. But are you trying to get a whole new wardrobe or like a few outfits? Maybe something formal and a few new outfits?
I guess I honestly don't have too much experience when it comes to clothes shopping. I guess I just kind of assumed that Embra did, but she can correct me on that.
Well,
Sexist.
I'm more asking what Riven wants to obtain. Like, how many of something does he want to obtain? Like, is he just
probably-
shopping something formal for tonight, or is he being more utilitarian than that?
Probably a little bit more utilitarian, maybe
Okay.
a couple of regular outfits, and I guess if Embra thinks it's necessary, I'd get a nicer one, but I don't generally remember times where I would have to dress up.
Gotcha.
Oh, Ember's going all out with this.
Sure.
Oh, I see.
So I would say it's probably, let's say 5 gold for a formal outfit. And then on top of that, for any just kind of everyday outfit, another gold on top of that. So if you wanted to get a formal and 5 just everydays, it'd be 10 gold. And then say like cold weather clothing, I'd say would probably be another 2 gold on top of that. Because you do come across some of that as the prices are, or rather as the season is approaching. You see some merchants add more like fabrics to their clothing, and also kind of jack up the prices, saying it's winter stuff.
Fair enough. I honestly would probably leave it just down to her expertise if she's going quote unquote all out. Plus, it's not my money.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, Embra, give that a thought, and then I will come back to y'all in a few minutes here. And then Vazur, just before I kind of tilt the camera away, is there anything you're working on regarding scales, or do you just want to have that conversation with Rashaz and kind of leave it at that?
I would probably just make sure Scales is up to par 100%, just a little bit, like just to keep myself occupied for the rest of the time.
Okay.
But yeah, with Rashaz's, I'll just start the message off with, because sending it's just one message of 20 some words, right?
Yep, 25 words.
Yeah. Okay. Rashaz, I apologize. It's been some time, but shit, don't put the in there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to word this perfectly. Been a
Well, you're out
little
of
busy,
words.
but I'm curious to know how things are there.
Okay, fair enough. He will say, brother, no more disappearances. Although the elder still hasn't returned. Not really sure what to do about him, but everyone seems to be healthy. And that's the response you get back.
Good.
Okay, Reinhold. So will you describe kind of the ritual, what you're doing, so you can visualize it for the rest of us and Krane as well?
So, for the, I would say like the aesthetic of things, I would have put out a couple of candles, actually on this. Oh, that's right, we don't have that on this. I can't think of the word. Dresser.
Dresser.
I would have cleared it off, put some incense and candles. I would have laid my holy symbol on it, and then I would have, assuming Krane wants to actually participate, I would have directed Krane to kneel down next to me, in front of the holy symbol facing it.
Mhm.
And
Krane is resisting every urge to just touch and mess everything that you have laid out.
I would have basically, what I'll tell Krane is, all you have to do is just clear your mind, think of
Easy.
something that you want. Don't be ridiculous. You know, you are dealing with a god, and they can be fickle in their own way. But if there's something or a piece of knowledge or just a sign that you want something, or for something you want, then just ask. It can be done out loud if you prefer, or it can be done in your own mind. But it's more just to, well, for some it's just a means of finding some peace. For others, it's a way to make a request and have faith that it will come through.
Is it though? Is it like, like, when you ask for something for Zashanmus, and then you might get it or you might not get it?
I can never assume to know what goes on in the mind of a god, but if your cause is aligned with theirs, or your request is aligned with theirs, they're usually more inclined to grant it to you. And if it's something that's within their capabilities, they will more than likely grant it to you. But if they deem it something that does not fit within a plan they have laid out for you, or something that does not coexist with their tenets, then they may not. It's hard to
Sounds
say,
confusing.
Basically, if the god likes you, you'll get it.
How do you know if they like you? Do they like you?
I don't know. I think so. I wouldn't keep doing this if I thought he didn't.
Okay. Alright. Okay. You go first.
All right. Reinhold,
Okay.
you can take it away. This will be a persuasion check with advantage for you,
Okay.
Reinhold.
I'll just roll that now.
Yep.
Where is it? Oh, with advantage. Is that alt for advantage?
Yeah, buddy. Look at you go.
26.
All right.
I do actually do my prayers silently, so it probably would just be me sitting there quietly for a few minutes.
Hello.
Well, it is hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's talking to God. Riven is Reinhold's god. So
Finally.
it's silent. It's silent to Krane, but it's not silent to me.
Yes, I can. I sent you the message, but I can read it out loud too.
Please do.
Okay. Tosh, please guide us through the coming ritual. I fear for my friend's safety upon the outcome of our ritual. We may discover things that put us and others in danger. I would ask you for guidance on what we may face. I would also ask you what became of our newly acquired Blue Elf friends, and grant them safe passage to the extent you could offer. If there's anything else you may know about Red and their artifacts, I would humbly request that knowledge as well.
Okay. Krane, as Reinhold goes into his prayer, you're not sure kind of when it starts, like where the beginning, middle, and end is. But as you sort of, you're kind of nosing in a little bit, and you're peeking around, and you're trying to be respectful and not make a bunch of noise. But one of the things you see is that some of the light that is hitting the bed from the kind of stained glass windows sort of twinkles a little bit, and you see some almost pattern-like movement, and you think there's like while the windows and sort of doors are closed, you almost think there's kind of a slight breeze as your hair starts to waft in this drifting wind a little bit.
Did
And
Reinhold
this
fart?
he could have. Impressive that it changes colors as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy fart though.
Mm-hmm.
My powers are beyond your understanding.
Krane like waves a hand kind of in front of his face a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
are you actually praying? Are you Is it my turn? Are you?
Oh yeah,
Eh.
no response, and Reinhold does not seem phased.
Okay, so then do I wait? Is it my turn? Is it like a turn thing, or do we go at the same time?
The implication was that we go at the same time, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, all right. I got this. Dear Mr. Tosh, Mister, are you a Mr. Tosh? Are you a Mrs. Tosh? Are you just a Tosh? Hello. My name is Krane. I'm with Reinhold. This is kind of his thing, but I am here today. Well, I've been here on other days too, but this is the first time I've joined him for this part. Anyway, I guess we're asking for help because we're doing stuff that we haven't done before, and we want to do it good the first time so we don't have to do it again, but we might not get a chance to do it again because we might just die, and we don't want that. So can you please help us not die and do good? That would be really cool. Thank you. Do I say thank you? Because, I mean, you haven't done anything yet, technically, but do I thank you in advance? Is this like a... I don't know how this works. But I'm sorry, Mrs. Just Tosh. Thank you all. Also, if you could, like, do something nice for Reinhold, that would be really cool, because I know he really likes you. Thanks, bye.
Okay. Krane, go ahead and give me a persuasion check, and then you can add a d4 on top of that as well.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Right. Reinhold, after a good minute or so after Crane's prayer is sort of given, you notice that the candles and the incense are starting to kind of burn out a bit as the smoke is starting to fill the room, and the sort of light gets snuffed out. And you're sort of looking through the you're kind of looking at the reflection on the stained glass, and it is twinkling bright as ever. And as it twinkles, you see Vazur and Scales walk by the window, and you sort of snap out of a bit of a trance that you were just in.
I didn't put the candles out. I think they did that on their own.
Are the candles like burnt down or are they out?
They seem to be burning quick, but they are not out. They something must have kind of breezed through, you think.
Okay.
Are they supposed to do that? I mean, I know candles burn, but do they like usually do that?
They can.
Okay. I didn't really know what to say, so I just kind of winged it.
What do you think I do every time I talk to them?
I mean, I feel like you have an established relationship, maybe, so you kind of pick up where you left off.
Well, when talking, praying to a god, at least for myself, I find it more more acceptable to treat it as just a normal conversation. They are someone to be revered and respected and sometimes feared, but that doesn't mean that every conversation with them has to be something that shows that you fear them because of their power. You can hold a conversation with a god, at least an indirect one.
Was this supposed to be a conversation? Because it felt very one-sided.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Huh. Question.
Fire.
Okay, so fire? Where? The
No,
candle?
like fire the question off.
Oh, okay. So Tosh is a god, right? So what is Cal like our friend Cal? Is Cal also like a god, or is Cal like a B tier god, or like a not quite god person thing?
Could I make a religion on that, Drew?
That
Or
or
a
an
history?
insight.
An insight? Okay, I'll do an insight. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I believe that you got a ping off of Cal.
Oh, that's right. That was so long ago now.
Yeah, when you did your Divine Sense.
Yeah.
And it pinged Celestial.
Okay.
So what that means, you're not exactly sure, but some
Well-
sort of Celestial being.
Well, Krane, from what I could tell, he is definitely some kind of ascended being. He could be some form of an angel, or could be a god, could be a demigod, could be someone touched by a god.
Oh.
He
Okay,
could-
well, you said ascended, and I thought that meant he does mushrooms.
No, not your kind of ascension. More like
Oh.
divine ascension,
Okay.
which is kind of like mushrooms, but like holy.
Holy mushrooms. Oh,
Well, they're
no.
not actually mushrooms. It just kind of has the same effect.
Mm-hmm. I should have asked Nosh and Riven and Embra to get some more mushrooms while they're out.
I don't know if those are for retail sale in Port Principe.
I think they are.
Well, I'm the law boy. Drew, are they for sale?
I'm the law boy.
I'm
I
the
thought
law
I thought
boy.
I thought you were saying like I'm the law, comma boy.
Boy.
No.
Like your
Boy.
God, Reinhold is forever 12 in more ways than one.
Yes.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where it's probably like a byproduct of growing something else, and unless it's kind of nurtured in a way to what's the word? I guess byproduct is the best thing I can think of. It's not actively sought out when it gets created, but people who don't throw them away probably have some knowledge of the properties that it has. So it's possible that if you go to an apothecary and have almost like a thieves' cant sort of jargon, that they will sell them to you. Would that be entirely legal? Probably not, but you don't really think there's any doctrine saying, actually you're not sure of any doctrine forbidding substances aside from like maybe super like evil magics or something.
Right.
But yeah.
So it's more of a gray market.
It's kind of like it hasn't caught up. Like there's so many potions that do so many things, and alchemy is just inherently complicated and difficult that, the amount of side effects that happen, sometimes you just can't fault anybody. Like it just is there.
They're not FDA approved.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the right person, I'm sure you can find some.
Yeah, that's fair. We should have asked them though, because they're already out.
mean, we've got a couple hours to kill. If you want to go buy some mushrooms, we can go buy some mushrooms.
Okay, you wanna go? Let's go.
Sure, why not?
We'll find you some nice ones.
Somewhat.
Some nice ones.
Oh, I don't want any mushrooms. I'm just going with you.
Okay.
Love that. So as you guys are doing that, Embra, how much are you sort of spending on Riven's attire? And is there a number of outfits that you're wanting to get, or is there a certain style that you're trying to buy?
I guess style would probably depend on what he's comfortable wearing. So I'd probably be like, go run wild, find, whatever you're looking for that doesn't make you look homeless, and then, we'll look at them.
I mean, for canon's sake, I mean, I kind of looked like I was homeless for a while.
That's why I said clothes that make you look like you're not homeless.
Okay. I'll just look for a couple of outfits, I guess, that sort of look in my size.
Sure.
If you have any stylistic questions, I guess.
Yeah, I guess talking like fabrics. Are you trying to go like more of a light sort of silky type of fabric, or are you going more like a wool or some sort of cloth like that? Any leathers? Beyond that, like, do your shirts have like frilly cuff links or something, or cuffs rather, or is it pretty kind of like, do you keep a narrow profile in your clothing? Is there anything super bulky? Cloaks, half cloaks, fondants, stuff like that.
Fondants? That's for cake.
No, fondant is also
You're thinking of fondue.
No,
fondue is cheese. Fondant you put on cake.
Yeah, there's fondant for cake, but there's also like, it's almost a tunic in the front and a cape in the back, and that's called a fondant as well.
It's a mullet.
Yeah.
Yes, the mullet of clothing.
The mullet of apparel.
I would probably stick to, for the regular outfits, mostly cloth. Stuff that's a bit looser, easy to move around.
That's not a kind of fabric.
Cloth is fabric.
What is cloth? Is that cotton? Is that linen? Is that wool? Is that like
polyester?
Yeah.
No, those aren't cloth. Like, if you think
yeah,
cloth, it would be like cotton, like those 100% cotton with 0% spandex kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, my dude over here just thinks cloth and cotton are the same thing.
Krane is the shop owner right now. Like, what do you mean you want cloth?
It's all cloth.
I just want cloth.
It's all cloth.
I want clothing, please. Give me a set of cloths.
Probably because you're a monk, you would just want like cotton clothing, but not like, oh, I'm a farmer and I've never made a gold a day in my life.
That's right. So, Riven, are you more on like the silk side, where it's like nice and smooth and like kind of wispy between your fingers, or are you like, like a polo shirt type of thicker fabric?
Probably more on the polo side.
Okay.
I don't know. Just like when I think of like silk on like my arms or whatever, I get uncomfortable.
Gotcha. Any particular color scheme or like any like traits about them, like exposed sleeves or long sleeve, or like tapered at the neck or something? Like, I don't know. Just trying to help
definitely have like a keyhole neckline.
What's this one on my on my character art? That's like a.
I'm already loading it. I got this.
It almost looks like a vest.
I think that might be
because it's a vest profile.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of
it's cut off at the shoulders. That's why it looks like a vest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the collar.
I thought it was more like a scarf.
Yeah, it does kind of look scarfy the way it's wrapped.
Are we really confusing a scarf with a vest right now?
Look, hold on. It's a fondant, all right?
Oh,
it could be.
Oh my god.
But I imagine. Oh, I actually kind of like the idea, like a shirt like that, like not like a tight neckline, but it's almost a little raised.
Yeah.
So
like a turtleneck.
Like a turtleneck.
Yeah, kind of like a loose turtleneck. That's what it looks like.
So like a cowl neck.
Is it made of cloth?
Oh my god.
Look,
I'm
man,
about to kick you out of this shop.
bro, I just want clothing.
Clothing.
But
Homeboy doesn't even know what clothing is.
yeah, I imagine I don't really wear terribly bright clothing.
Sure.
Not to say I'm darker than black or anything like that, but maybe some deep blues, probably a black shirt.
More darker tones.
Yeah,
You
probably
mean
something like that.
navy? Is that the color that you are referring to?
No, that's a branch of the
The military. in
Solarian
Principe.
military.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fort Principe has a navy.
it's true.
But yeah, probably probably something like that for the regular outfits at least.
Yep.
Like I said, I guess I would probably go mostly longer sleeves. I can't imagine that Riven's out here flexing his pecs at people.
Sure.
What pecs?
Ooh.
Exactly.
I think he'd probably just go for something similar to what Nashna is wearing, but like more like, what's the word? Like more like a person. Not like a scary ghoul that scares people from the bushes.
Scary bullet scares.
I don't think I've scared anyone.
You scared Krane.
You scared
You
Krane.
totally scared Krane.
Scared the crap out of Krane.
You have scared Krane multiple times.
Actually, if you recall, I think that's
How we met.
you
yeah.
and Krane met.
Well, that's how I saw Krane.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Krane saw me.
Yeah,
First.
that's what I was referring to.
Yep.
So you were
Mhm.
creeping around the bushes.
Day one, scared Krane.
Look, I
Shame,
was just
shame.
chilling near a brook and someone ran away from me. I don't remember much.
Mhm.
But okay. Yeah. A
What
couple.
kind clothes that make you look approachable, but like not too approachable?
Sure. Nothing too auspicious. I guess the fine clothing set would be probably a little bit nicer. Maybe you know what? I probably would have like a cape.
Yeah.
I would go
No
for
capes.
a cape.
Ooh, could Riven pull off a bolo tie?
No,
Absolutely.
absolutely
Ooh, hold
not.
on.
That would be more like Reinhold's like
Absolutely
clothing set.
Can anyone pull off a bolo tie?
Could I get the
I
Fred
think Vazur
Jones like
could pull off
jumper?
a bolo tie.
Wait, was it just said that Reinhold would wear a bolo tie?
Yes,
No, that
it
you could
was.
pull one off.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could pull one off.
Yeah, not that you would
Because I
wear
would never
one.
wear.
but you
I would
could-
never
you
wear
could-
that. I'd pull it
Sure.
right
I
off.
There's
think
like
Vazur
the
could do it too.
So hold on. So you know the Fred Jones fit where like he has the sweater, the ascot, but if you take those off, it's like the onesie
Yeah.
that has like no
Absolutely not.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Not allowed to wear that.
We're onto something.
No,
Okay.
Embra full rejects this.
Says
Okay.
says the person who thinks cloth is a kind of fabric.
First man. All right, just give me a second. But okay.
How many seconds do you need?
Does a scarf and a cape work well together?
No.
Okay.
No.
What about like a
Excuse
shoulder
me.
cape?
Shoulder cape?
Capelet?
Is that what it's called?
Do you mean like a mini cape?
Embra, you're talking in a weird voice this entire time I'm asking you questions.
What were you asking me? I thought you were talking to Krane.
Crane's not here.
I
Crane's
understand,
Krane
but
is the shop
Crane's
owner right
Crane's
now.
been like astral projecting in the store.
Which scares
Well.
me.
Excuse me.
Oh,
But I'll ask Kembra. I'll not involving Krane in this conversation. I will say,
Mhm.
do you think I could pull off a shoulder cape for the fine outfit?
define shoulder cape.
Like one that only covers like the shoulder itself, like one shoulder. It wouldn't go across the back.
I'm picturing the upper half of like those like 10th century English monks, like the brown monks' habits. That like it almost looks like the bowl cut, but for the fabric from the shoulders to like the chest.
I mean, I was more just imagining like
Ezio's
like
cape?
Ezio's cape, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. See, I was thinking sorry, I was thinking one of these.
Oh Lord, what is it?
No, it's not bad. But like you see how there's that upper layer of like it almost looks like a what's the word? Like a dinner like a doily or something that you can wear around your neck.
There's
That's
a name
not
for
okay.
those.
That's part of the
Like,
hood, I think.
I'm thinking more like that
Yeah.
half cape there.
Yeah. Hanging off the one side.
Yeah. What do you think, Embra? Something like that image I just showed you?
You minor illusioned.
Yeah, that's right.
It's in the chat in a
Chat
founder.
log. Yep.
In Foundry, scroll down. No, what are you from, Assassin's Creed?
That was
Yeah.
the reference.
That's the
yeah.
concept
I
art
see.
you used. Yes.
Yeah, that's
I-
Ezio.
I see. I like Ezio. But no, you can't. Unless it's
Yeah.
like bright red and it's like, you're going all out with it. If it's just gonna be sad, no.
It's just gonna be sad.
Isn't that what you would do with a pair of fine clothing?
Can I propose that it can be like one of those over the shoulder sashes like you would see in like Roman apparel? Like one that not just runs up at the shoulder, but like it runs all the way down your arm and you kind of have to manage it.
I'm trying to. Oh, I see what you're going for. I mean,
Like it's bright, it's an accent piece. It can be, it can have elaborate stitching and stuff.
I'm down.
Just throwing it out there is all. But for your formal stuff, do you still want to go somewhat flowy, just not like a large robe? You want to actually go like slacks and like a buttoned shirt or
Slacks
something?
and like a doublet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be fine. And that can be a bit more, I suppose, garish.
Oh, sure.
Or we could just get multiple outfits and see which one fits the occasion.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm not getting multiple fine clothing sets. I don't need that because that'd be a lot of gold.
I tell you what, doublets go incredibly hard. I think they can still be pulled off today.
Well, that's because doublets just are they're the secret.
The word you're looking for is mantle.
No, that's like a fireplace.
Nope, that's what monks wear.
I thought it was a monk's
Yeah,
habit.
that sounds right. No,
Is it not a habit? HABIT?
I think that's for nuns.
I'll go for a doublet and some slacks.
Some slacks. No.
Some slacks.
No.
Embra,
Are
let's
those
suspend
new
it, but we'll
slacks?
respect your decision.
People need to stop saying slacks. They sound like they're in their 40s.
Slack
We are in our
I know,
40s.
that's what they're called. They're
Oh.
like, you get a pair of black slacks for your interview.
Habit is more of like the whole outfit.
I thought that was just something that like you had to do. It was like a
No.
thing that
Okay,
died hard.
Don't
All right.
be.
I
Something
thought
that
a
died hard.
habit was alcoholism.
Thank you.
Oh.
He pulled that joke off better than I did.
Oh no.
But yeah, so that and then the winter outfit can be pretty basic, just
Gotcha.
an outfit that I would wear with.
Thicker, whatever you like. Gotcha.
Yeah, like the same outfit as one of my regular clothing, but
Yeah.
just there's like fur on it.
Twice
There's
as
like
much for
winter.
call it double, call it a doublet.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Easy enough.
Embra also secretly gets an outfit for Riven that's like fancy casual. Like you
I'm
can
gonna
wear
use
it
the
every
bathroom, I'll be
day,
right
but
back.
like you look good still.
Yeah. All right.
So like a medium between super fancy and
Business
regular.
cash.
Business casual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Like a nice button down.
I'd say all in. Ember, you can go ahead and mark off, say, 20 gold pieces.
Wow.
Go.
Oh lord.
Hello.
How do I?
Should be under the inventory at the very
Inventory.
bottom. Yeah, and then you could just overwrite that number.
I guess I now owe
Um,
Embra a favor.
No, it's okay. I still have your jewel.
Vazur, what are you doing at this time? Because you've got about at least an hour to kill or so. That would coincide with these events happening.
Probably, like I said, just tuning up scales and just waiting kind of nervously. Because Vazur doesn't know ritual, big magic like this. It's
Gotcha.
scary. He doesn't know what to expect.
Okay, so after, because Valros has actually been probably inside for a while because he was just smoking his pipe for 15, 20 minutes or so. But after he's inside and kind of during this hour, you're kind of thinking back to the events of the last couple of weeks and just kind of, the ups and downs. I mean, losing Nosh and I was kind of hit you tough and all that, and just kind of, there had been like a smidge of guilt while being, kind of thinking that it was in relation to, well, we were going to my home and he suffered kind of, you almost thought there was a correlation or something in your mind. And it's been kind of weighing on you a bit here and there. But kind of first getting back here and getting home, you have that sense of relief for the first time in a while. And it's good. And, you're kind of, after checking over scales, everything seems to be fine. And one of the things that you sort of notice is just kind of the breeze that is flowing through the compound here, and it seems quite peaceful. Off in the distance you hear kids playing at a local park, sort of the shouts of merchants echoing out along with sort of music going on at like a nearby cultural festival. And you're just kind of taking in the whole the moments. And then you hear a bit of a guitar, almost sort of more localized around you. And you're just kind of not really sure where it's coming from, but it is ever present. And it sort of fills the air around you. And Scales, you see, kind of looks a little bit nonchalant and is just sort of laying down.
Scales playing guitar?
Scales, do you hear that, buddy?
Huh?
I don't know. But I mean, it's nice.
And you hear the rattling of Thibodeau's bones in your breast pocket.
Oh, I'll take out the bones. Is there some... Oh, good.
You're not hearing any voice in those, but when you grasp them and sort of close your hand around them, they feel warmer than usual.
All right. I'll keep using them, I guess, if that's what this means.
After a little while, and with the music still sort of caressing you, you get an image that is ever present and around you. And again, you see the visage of Thibodeau, the gambler, appear before you.
Well, I figured I'd come and check on you.
Oh, well, that's very personal and very kind of you, and very unexpected. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine. How'd my acolytes fare for you?
Oh, very well, very well. I don't think that we could have made it without their help, without your help.
Yeah, well, my gifts do bring peace of mind.
I guess is just to double check, is our contract done? Did I do it right?
You're doing well is what I would concern myself with.
Okay, right. Yeah, so far, so good. Perfect.
I ain't been able to track down that master of yours. Don't know where the hell he's hiding, but it escapes my vision.
Yeah, my brother hasn't seen him either, and I don't really know what that means. He might already be gone, but he was a tough old bastard, so I doubt it.
Yeah, I got the sense that he put you in your place once or twice, as well as your friends.
Oh yes.
Well, nonetheless, he sounds like a good man.
I like to think so.
Now, what the hell are you doing tonight?
Some sort of ritual thing to try to figure more about Red and the other prime color stuffs. Trying to track him down, essentially, or his essences or touched objects. magic stuff.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what, you better be careful chasing those things you know nothing about. I mean, hell, you do all right, but world out of the universe at that. It's a big ass place out there. Not enough knowledge in your brain to keep it all in line. But I admire your tenacity.
Thank you. Although I think that was a compliment sandwich, because in the middle of there, I felt like you insulted my brain capacity, which is fair. I can't remember very good.
Hey, man's got to know his limitations, kid.
Through that. Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh hell, I'm sure there is. But I wouldn't know about that right now. I gotta tell you though, I get a bit worried about this whole ritual thing. Things ain't been exactly quiet in my domain. People getting restless.
Well, what does that mean?
Oh hell, I don't know. I'm curious what the hell you and your friends doing that transposes space and time and worries the lacks of the underfolk.
We probably got it all under control. I wouldn't worry too much.
You people and your plans, huh?
We wing it most of the time, but yeah, plans and such. Sorry, I'm still a little intimidated to talking to you directly. It's just like you're, kind of.
The hell you mean? I'm not an inviting presence.
And he gives you a big smile.
Well, I mean, you're very dapper, and your voice is very charismatic. But the smiling in the eyes, it would just, it's hard to stare directly at.
Yeah, well, it's one of the perks of being designed this way. You look at me once, you remember no matter what. You don't have to
Ain't
stare
that the
for long.
truth?
Well, regardless, what I'm saying is, got people in the darker realms of this universe a bit unnerved. And all I can say is I can't tell why, because they went through a hell of a lot more hardships than you and your folks went through. Hell of a lot worse of living.
I think that's a good thing for us, right? I don't know.
Well, shit, son, it can be. I'm not telling you what's good and what's bad, I'm just telling you what is.
I guess it's just a gamble.
And, don't go taking my line, son.
Alright, I'm sorry.
You ain't no fucking wise guy.
You're right, I'm sorry, sir.
Keep me in mind in the times ahead. I'll make
It's
sure
kind of
your
hard to
path
keep you
is
out of
clear.
my nightmares.
Shit. You ain't seen me in your head yet, boy. I'll tell you that.
See, it doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Son, you want comfort, go to a wet nurse. I ain't providing those services here. I provide you tools to perform. And that's it. If I lack the performance, you'll get my applause. If you don't perform, something worse than booze coming your way.
Oh. Fun.
Go take care of that pet of yours. I got places to be, but
Yeah, no,
rest
of
assured
course.
I'll be checking in.
Yeah, please, have a great rest of your day.
I will tip off my cap to you, sir.
And
Yeah.
I will...
Does a slight bow and tips his cap, and after you sort of blink once or twice, he is gone.
Scales, do you ever get the feeling that sometimes you just don't know what to do about certain things? I mean, am I supposed to be his friend, his employee, his slave? I don't really know what I entered into here.
You see Scales sort of look around at the situation, and if Scales could shrug, he shrugs and then kind of walks up to the front door of the house.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call you a slave or anything, or a pet. You're my buddy.
As you open the door, you almost see Scales trying to assist you and kind of get the handle pulled down for you. And he gets in, kind of circles the place, and then goes and just lays at the foot of the couch. All right. I would say about a good hour and a half passes as you see the light start to dwindle from the day. And you're about half an hour, 45 minutes until dusk, in fact. That would probably be more accurate there. So, it's about a 10-15 minute walk to the library.
Wait.
Yeah.
Were mushrooms acquired?
Oh, yeah, if you'd like. Exactly how much and what type are you trying to get, or are you trying to get something new?
It's a good question. Maybe something similar to what we had before, and maybe something just totally new.
Okay. So, are you trying to go the trippy mushrooms that you'd done before?
Yes.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So, one of the mushrooms that you could imbibe in, it's a type of nightcap mushroom, and this would be a trumpeter's nightcap. And that would be essentially about 4 gold per dose. And the other one that you find would be...
It's local. What's local to this region?
Local? Actually, let me take a look here real quick at where you could find this. Oh, it's not bad. Oriet's Truffle would be another one. That one is a bit more expensive at about 12 gold per dose. But both sort of inhibit the same effects that you had incurred before in Bogton.
Hold on. Krane would have made a visit to the money box before going out.
Oh, yeah. You have 1,359 gold pieces of your share alone in the home storage, with 200 gold being just general party funds.
How about if someone will help Krane do math? How about... Oh, nope, that's not helping me now. How about we do... let's see, 5 doses of the cheaper ones. I think that's 20 gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 2 of the more expensive one.
24. So that'd be 44.
44 total.
How do I subtract that from here?
So I'm going to subtract the sort of title amount. So you'd be left with 1,314 pieces.
I don't know if that's right. Oh, 1,514. You said 13.
Yeah, that's the total. Well, 13 is your share of that.
Okay.
I was
okay.
taking this purchase out of your share of the home storage.
Got it. Yes. Okay, and then I got some mushies in my inventories.
Mm-hmm.
Are they there?
You can add them at your leisure, and I can get them with like icons and stuff. But you can just add how many doses of each you have. So it'd be 5 of the Trumpeter's Nightcap, and then 2 of the Oriet's Truffle.
Nope. Nope.
No, you did good. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Stop it. Loot. How do I edit
All
my
good.
loot?
Okay. Riven and Embra, anything else before you guys depart with the rest of the group and head towards the library?
I think I'm good. I'm gonna put on one of my nice outfits. Business cash or nothing.
Okay.
Do we have food?
You have plenty of food around the estate, and actually, kind of the ritual will kind of coincide with a dinner time as well. Not sure if anything is being prepared or anything, but you doubt it because it's just a library.
Do we have juices?
Oh, I'm sure. Probably a lot of fruit juices, even vegetable juices as well. Pretty
Okay.
Robust garden around the area.
I think I'm probably good then. Also, Riven, at this point, you would notice that Embra's hair has grown back.
Oh, good. You grow hair rather quickly.
It depends on if I'm wet or not.
I see. Is that a general thing with fire genasi, like your brother?
No clue. Never seen him wet before.
Fair enough. Do you guys not own like a pool?
We do. I've just never seen him in it.
I see. Fair enough. He doesn't know how to swim.
I'm sure he does. He just has more important things to do than to leisure in a pool.
Fair enough. Okay. So then I'll quickly throw this stuff on, and then we're ready to go rejoin our friends.
Yes.
Fair
So are you
enough.
gonna give Reinhold his shirt back, or should we just burn it?
We might just want to burn it. It has a large amount of holes, and I think a burn mark or two.
Burn the shirt. Burn the shirt.
Incredible.
We'll use it as kindling for a bonfire.
Leather boots are hard to get into.
There's not a lot of basements in California, as they say in the hit movie Zodiac from 2008.
Do they?
They do.
Hit movie?
I think it was a hit movie. I might be wrong.
All right. Shall we head off then?
Is that based?
I don't
Yes.
think it's based. I don't think so.
Anything's
right.
based if you put your mind to it.
That's pretty based.
There you go.
Alrighty.
He's got it.
As you guys depart, let me get this ready.
As we kind of rejoin everybody and sort of begin walking.
Mhm.
So, how does the outfit look, everyone?
It's fine.
What did you actually decide on?
I mean, I'm wearing the business casual. I mean, I just found a outfit looking on the old Googles. So hold on, I'll put this in the shirts that go hard.
Okay.
Fit. Drop the fit.
Well, you did get more than one outfit, didn't you?
Yeah, it was just the one I'm wearing, minus the fact that I'm not a tiefling.
You're a
Oh, is that
common
an
god now.
asymmetrical coat?
Yep,
Oh.
that's what it do.
Except
are
I
very
told him
scrappy
with the side.
boots.
So I told him with the side with
Those
the
pants
coat
do
on
not
it
look
shouldn't be
like they're
there.
good for like monk stuff.
I really decided I wanted the coat. All right, I can take it
Right.
off if need really be, but I
I
wanted the
can,
coat.
but
You
if
went
you
for
want to
the
do
coat
all your
and nothing
monkery
else.
stuff, it's gonna get caught, and
Just so
you
the
know.
people at home can see. Hell yeah.
Like I said, minus the fact that I'm not a tiefling.
Sure.
people at home. What people at
So
home?
red is not your color, but okay.
Well, I think if it was green, I think that would be fine. Because I think that's the
Green
color
is
that.
also not Riven's color.
Yes, it is. If you
No,
look at
it's not.
look at
Green
his
is
toe.
everybody else's color.
That's
No, that's everybody
racist?
else's. That's everybody else's skin color, not their outfit color.
That definitely
Mm.
is racist.
Well, we're all green-ish except for you.
Yeah.
You're
If I was green,
purple.
I would die.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Thank you,
All
Vazur.
right. And
Thank you.
As we get over to the erudite's tome, after
What do you wear to a library?
That's
This.
a good question. Whatever doesn't get me kicked out.
Oh, this is also probably the first time the High Zauberin is going to see me as me. So
Oh, question. Because you wanted, you didn't want, Valros or Jasmine to know that it was you. Do you also not want Zaubi to know that it's you?
I will be letting the High Zauberin know, but don't just blurt it out to the eyes of Yildiz.
Okay, so I'll go in the back so you can go in first and then you can tell him.
Well, if he doesn't recognize me, he'll probably be curious as to who this person is. I'll just head in with Reinhold, and then I will pull him to the side and let him know.
What if he thinks you're there to attack him?
Then I probably won't get farther than the doorway, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
I'll just put him in the middle of the group.
As long as Reinhold's here, I feel safe. However, he has battled Comcast again. Yes.
Valiant efforts indeed.
Unverifiable threat in Minecraft.
Unverifiable threat. His parody hat is on.
Let's go.
Let's go, girls.
That's right. Thank you, Shania. So I have Vazur, just let you know, I've sort of deleted scales for this scene just because it gets a bit
No!
tight. But as
Vazur,
you enter,
please come up here with me.
Bring scales back.
as you enter, you see a half-elven man sitting at this this desk at the entry.
That's
doing
not
some
Zaubi.
paperwork.
He is not.
But he stands up to greet you all and says, "Welcome. Are you here for the ritual?"
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, I can certainly show you around. Do you have any credentials proving your identities, or any phrase or password that was given to you?
I will look towards everyone else.
That seems like a Reinhold thing.
I mean, we know who we're, like, the name and title of who we're supposed to meet. I guess that's an ethos thing.
We are here for the bar and yeah.
We have correspondence that our friend Embra owns that proves that she's Embra.
Okay, that's that seems to be one down. As this sort of goes on for a moment, Reinhold gets out the last document sent through the excuse me, diplomat's pouch with the signature of the High Zauberin on it. And because it mentions a half-elf and dwarf, and you see a dwarven man, probably in his, I don't know, late 40s or so, kind of dusting off something. It looks like a tome of some sort and putting it on a shelf in the upper level here. And this half-elf gentleman says, right, okay, give me a moment. Okay, this all looks fine and tidy. If you would, just go ahead and step on in, and you see with a sort of like a mage hand, he sort of locks the door behind you guys and kind of shuts one of the blinds to the window. And he says, my name is Darren, and I can show you for a quick moment here the path you're going to take. If you don't mind following me, and he comes over here. You see him lift something off a table and then tap something with his foot. And you see a door open up behind this curtain here.
Sneaky.
And he says, right, if you just head down, you'll see a small room, almost like a pantry. There's a door beyond that. Feel free to open that, continue on around a couple of corners, and make your way down a stone staircase. The High Zabern will join you there momentarily.
Very well.
Pantry. Sounds like there's food. Wait. No. Pantry? Pantry.
There you go. Hey, welcome
Hello.
back.
Oh, this is very sinister.
Unverifiable threats.
Wait, no. I went up the pantry. Pantry.
How do I... Well, there we go.
Okay.
Am I lost in the pantry?
Nope. Just keep continuing that around, and eventually you'll see a stone staircase, and you can go down that.
Pantry.
There you go. Reinhold and Embra, if any of you don't mind, go ahead and when you're back in for you, Darren.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
And then Temi, you can go ahead and take this path around here, and then step down on that square that you'll see around the corner there. Oh, and actually, let me make this easier for you, Darren. Oh, unless you're reconnected. Okay.
I'm reconnected.
Good. I was going to
This
see if
way?
I had to kick you. Yep. And then you can just keep continuing through that door around the corners. Oh,
Wait, what?
Darren, you're this way.
Oh.
Then go
There
down
we
the
go.
stairs.
Yep.
Maybe
This
not.
place is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Didn't find any snacks in the pantry.
My lord. What?
I don't know what we're looking at here.
And then Ember down, over and up.
I don't either. It sounds... It seems very sinister.
Got it. I
Zelby?
have arrived.
Oh,
Where's Zelby?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
You hear some
Oh.
conversations echoing out the cave, let's call it. And, yep, go on.
So,
What's up, Darren?
what is happening here?
Yeah, I was told Zelby would be here.
He said he would join us down here.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I'm
Oh.
kind of, like, shocked. Why are there burning corpses down here?
Huh?
I don't think
What are you talking about?
this is just for effect.
What do you mean for effect? What effect?
Here, will this soothe your... Hold on.
I think he means there aren't actually corpses in it.
I get that, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
what effect are they helping?
Well, because without that, you clearly see them. I was trying to cover it up. I was trying to be a good boy. It's a fancy way for
didn't-
me to say I didn't make
really
the
didn't cover
corpses
it.
on this map.
Oh, I see the bodies.
You didn't
There you
cover it
go.
up very good.
See,
I
Ember's playing
thought
along
those-
nicely.
I thought those were sticks. Those are feet over there.
That's
Bro
a
understands the will
That's
of
a
the
foot.
Overlord.
foot. That's a foot.
That's
That's a foot. That's a foot.
Something's
That's a
foot.
hand. That's
Vazur,
that's
you're
a
hearing
that's a head.
noises, conversation coming from around the corner. And one of them is definitely a familiar voice.
Did anybody bring marshmallows?
I wouldn't want those marshmallows, Krane.
Well, remember, it's not actually corpses. He's just saying that's part of the effect of the map.
Yeah.
I
did not-
understand,
I
but-
did
Let's
not
go
make
over
the
this way.
corpses.
Unless there are
Hey,
corpses.
everyone
in
go
this
for
town.
an explore?
Quick, guys. So Thibodeau, he said that we should be careful with this ritual, because apparently everyone in the Underdark or Underworld is getting a little worked up about this, actually.
Good.
About this ritual
Hold on.
or about
Wait,
Well,
what?
about
What?
what we're doing, about everything happening, and blah blah blah. That we're getting involved, and we're making waves essentially, and people are unhappy.
I have never been surfing in my life. I don't know how to
Okay.
make a wave.
That means
I-
we're moving in the right direction.
It goes the same
hold on,
thing,
does it?
Krane.
Well, if the people in the big scary Underdark are afraid, the big powers that be in the Underdark that are friends of Thibodeau.
Hey, they
If
be
they're scared,
powers.
Also, wait, Vazur, how often are you speaking to Thibodeau?
Oh, he talks in my head a lot, but he just appeared to me earlier while you guys were shopping.
Who did?
Out of
Who
character,
did?
am I the only person who doesn't experience voices?
No,
Like,
I think Embra also doesn't.
I do
okay,
not have voices in
don't.
my head.
you've had one or two experiences where that happens. Like out of character, I know. Obviously Riven doesn't know that in character, but
I mean, yeah, didn't
Yeah, but they're
Tosh
good
talk to you that one
voices.
time?
yeah, that's what all voices would claim themselves to be.
I mean, are we saying Cal isn't a good voice to have in your head?
I mean,
I
he
don't
was very
know.
sinister.
Are you
The point
insulting my
being-
cults?
Point
Are
being
you
is
insulting the hot boy?
point
You
is that
can't tell me the hot boy is bad.
people are experiencing voices, and it's a majority of the party.
I
And your
am
point
voice
is?
free, so
And it's unnerving.
You're unnerving with your shirt and your jacket,
Hey, I just
Whoa.
look nice.
whoa.
Mr.
Don't mock
Business
the dead.
Casual.
Got
Don't
him.
mock the dead.
I think I look nice.
I think you look wonderful, Riven.
Thank you.
So as you guys continue to berate the shit out of each other, for lack of a better term, you make your way further into the cave, and you see Thrumal from the Eyes of
Thrumal!
Eldues. And he says, "Oh, hell's by my beard. Oh, this is the boy I was telling you about, Kotha." And he sort of points at Vazur and says, "I tell you, this son of a bitch, he used the one thing he could have used to be a lord of the world and sent to godhood, but no, he saved me and my two friends." To which the this woman, who appears to be sort of bat-like in nature, where the bottom sort of 2/3 of her body seems to be humanoid, but she's got these large pointed bat-like ears and 3-fingered hands that have sort of winged talons that fill out the rest of her what's the word? Not is it extremity, I guess. That sort of fill out her arms, and she's sort of wearing sort of like a curvy reddish brown dress with some nice embroidery along the torso. You see a couple sort of stringed pieces of brass sort of keeping the neckline together and sort of creating a collar. And she's wearing like a semi-transparent white collared sash around her neck. And she's got this like curly bob, black sort of stringy haircut. And you notice that she carries with her a couple things. One, she's actually got a sheathed sickle at her side. There is a small buckler shield that is currently affixed to sort of more her elbow, with a mechanism that allows the shield to slide down past parts of her wing. And beyond that, one of the first things you notice actually is her eyes, of which her sort of pupils are amber in color. But beyond that, sort of the sclera and all the other parts of the eye are almost like a nebula, like very cosmos, very space-like. And Thrumal is sort of strutting around and sort of moving his beard around and kind of playing with the affixations on it, sort of his accoutrements to his beard. The most prominent being the brass and copper rings fitted around his sort of braided mustache and that match the earrings that he has. And you hear the woman who Thrumal said was Kotha say, "Thrumal, I promise this all sounds fantastic, but I think everybody here's on a bit of a schedule. And listen, I would love to chat. I really would. You know me. I love you and your friends, but I'm here for a couple purposes, and I just can't be sidetracked, and I need to focus." And Thrumal kind of says, "Yeah, all right, I get it. You think Thrumal might be a smidge intoxicated, as probably the party from being brought back to life might not be ended yet.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
He is a dwarf.
He is indeed.
Fair enough. I'll stay near the back here.
But beyond Thrumel, and in fact, setting out a bunch of implements further into the cave, you see the High Zalburn come around the corner, looking prim and proper as ever. His sort of, dark blue skin contrasting against his flowing white shoulder-length hair. And as he approaches, he sort of looks at you all and says, thank you for coming here. It's good to see you all again. And he bows.
Goodbye.
Good evening, Krane. I hope you've had somewhat safe travels. And he sort of looks at all of you and locks eyes on Riven, and starts to walk forward, first towards Riven, and then sort of back to Reinhold. And the High Zalburn whispers to you, Reinhold, and he says, you can disregard what I said about the Nashanai. I think I had mixed signals and did not adequately read the situation at hand.
Not to worry.
Good.
I will, probably after a moment, sort of come up and kind of extend my hand as I will say, Hi Zalburn, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Riven Caldros.
Well, Riven, he does put out a hand to meet yours. It has been quite a journey for you, I suppose.
More than even I suspect you know.
I don't doubt that. If you would all follow me, I'd like for you to meet my boss. She is a wonderful woman, and she's deemed it important for her to be here.
Please lead the way.
I'm whispering to Krane, there's a higher Zalburn.
Is there anything we should
Higher
know?
Zalburn.
Is there a way we should act in front of them? I don't want to make myself look silly or stupid.
Cordial?
Cordial would help. I will introduce you all so you don't have to worry about that, but just mind your P's and Q's if you might.
Your P's and Q's.
Just don't say anything rude, Krane. How about that?
Okay.
Or do
Bring
anything
me a higher Zalburn.
rude.
Love that. All right.
That does impress me much.
Yes. As you guys
Oh, God.
venture further in the High Zalburn, we'll sort of continue up here and kind of finish what he's doing. Let me go ahead and pull out this actor here.
Oh.
There we go. And this is
Oh,
the
Lord.
woman that he is referring to. And he speaks with her for a short moment and kind of goes back to his cordial ways. And he says, my lady Ashami Vutona, these are the subjects here today, and ones that I might call friends. From kind of bottom to top here, he sort of takes a step forward and says, this is Krane. This is Krane of Amber Hill, if I do recall.
Why are you calling Krane a bottom? That's rude.
This is Krane the Switch. This is Vazur from Well, I'm sorry, Vazur. I say Bogton, but I don't know if you're from there. Just visit.
You know, the swamp. You could just say the swamp. It's a great honor to meet you, my lady.
Yes, the Shadowmire. He's been quite resourceful through the time that I have known him. This is Lady Embra Vesalius. No doubt you understand the surname and the weight it carries. Embra, you see Lady Vutona sort of bow to you, a slight bow, nothing over the top.
Oh.
My lady, this
Slight
is
bow.
okay. My lady, this is Reinhold Tromsbane of Ravencall. He has done quite a lot of work around the vicinity of Carindal in his past, keeping it safe from any manner of destruction from nefarious forces. And he continues to do that for his friends here. And last but not least, this is Riven Caldros, one who has gone by a different name for most of the time that I have known him, but he appears to be the same man with the same principles that I met in the first place.
I will give a bow, and I'll say, "It is an honor to meet one such as yourself, my lady."
Right. You are all quite kind. I thank you for joining us here today. I am the censor of the Academy of Carindal. My name is Ashami Vutona. I am the faculty's lead developer of arcane instruction. And while I am appear to be quite young, in fact, I believe the youngest censor in the history of Carindal, I would like you all to know that no matter your stature, I would consider you equals, as I think you deserve just that. Deba here is one of my 7 High Zauberns, a conjurer of much renown, as I'm sure you know, as he has discussed with me your spar with him. But he was impressed with how you all performed. I'm sad to say that one of the other tenured professors, Rooney, cannot join us tonight as she has been overcome with a bit of a sickness last minute. But I will nonetheless keep the knowledge of what happens here today and make sure it is recorded for all our sakes. Zaba, would you like to go over the ritual with them, and if there's anything else I can do to enhance the prep, please let me know. And the High Zaubern says, yes, my lady. I would more than happy to go over it with them. Would you mind just filling out the last part of the runes in the scripture, and you can go ahead and activate that portion, as it shouldn't be tied to anything. It'll just be sort of passively in the area. And Lady Vutona sort of nods, and all this seems quite trivial to her. So she passes up the High Zaubern and does as he says, and you see these 2 candles get snuffed out, but the statue and the surrounding area sort of shine with this luminescent pattern that overwhelms the area.
Deba, if I might ask a question before we continue.
Yes, Riven, of course.
We've heard some words of warning, and the talk so far has sort of reinforced the notion. How, I guess, grandiose is this ritual to turn out? We've heard potential that some people are nervous by its happening.
I won't lie to you. Some of my hypothesis has been a shot in the dark, and it might not relate in any way. but there is a decent chance that I unfortunately might be right about a few things, and if that's the case, I think we should all keep an open mind, but consider things more complexly than we have been.
I don't know if my brain can handle more complex.
I understand.
As long as
Vazur on this one.
we have a chance to do what's right, I suppose the complexity need not matter.
Well, yeah. I'll still help and try and stuff.
Good,
I'm of
good.
course by no means on the level of master wizards, but I will do my best to keep my mind open.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you say subjects?
It only felt right, seeing that this ritual is altered from what it is normally used for. But nonetheless, it is new.
Fair enough. I trust you, and if you trust Ashami, then I trust her as well.
I admire I admire all of your courage. I'd be remiss to say that I'm not nervous, but I've studied a long time about what we're trying to do here, and with the help of you all recovering the portion of the ingredients from a Dracolich, which you all bested, I think we have let's just call it a good standing of where things are, and I wish us all the best here.
Well, what do you need us to do?
If you don't mind, I would have you stay hydrated, so if you don't mind taking a drink of whatever beverages you have on you, I think that would help. Also, if you could have a snack or two. I don't know if this will be quite draining.
Like mushroom snacks, or because
Probably
I went through the
Krane.
pantry and I
Krane,
didn't see
no.
any snacks.
I've got some rations, Krane. We can have some of these.
Okay.
So yeah, there's also, I mean, Thrumel had like a couple jugs of water as well, and a small sort of bottle of wine that was kind of half drunk, it seemed. But yeah, easy enough to go out of pocket with rations or whatnot. And after that sort of happens, the High Zabern and the Censor will step aside. And the High Zabern will say, if you don't mind approaching here, there's a bit of a slab that you can stand up against.
As we oh god.
I was just gonna say there's a little half wall here that you shouldn't be able to. You kind of get up to it.
I was gonna say sort of as a kind of sort of like almost a toast, kind of, if things are truly as dangerous as they sort of seem. I would almost kind of ask that we might all make a small toast and a swig of sorts from maybe that wine bottle.
Let's do it.
Excellent idea, Riven.
I'll go grab it and I'll kind of hold it up. I don't think we really have glasses per se, so I mean I wouldn't mind just taking a swig and passing it.
Sure.
I'll kind of hold it up. I know this is a bit cheesy, as I'm sure it must seem, but potentially based on just how dangerous this could be, I would raise a toast to all of you for being such steadfast friends and being there for me and the rest of us when we would all need it. So I thank you all. I'll take a swig and pass it to Reinhold.
Well, all I have to say is, well, more of the same. You've all been great friends so far, and going forward, I think we'll all continue to be great friends. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves a brighter future. And I'll pass it to Vazur.
I didn't know we were giving speeches.
You don't have to. It's okay.
I know, but you know, it's been nice. I left my home for a little while, not really expecting to find a whole new family. And I love you guys. And no matter what happens, I'll always be with you. I'll take a little swig and pass it to Krane.
Here for a good time, not a long time. Bottoms up.
I'll clap.
Is it like the slow clap kind of thing?
No, it's like very energetic and enthusiastic clapping.
Yeah. I will have. Obviously, Temi said she had to go at 11, so she could stay over a bit. But I will have her say what she wants to say and make sure it gets written down. But my guess would be something in the regards of the importance of the friendships that she has sort of found with you guys, seeing as it has been sort of hard for her, given her upbringing, to sort of maintain some of those types of relationships. But after you all sort of have your liquid courage, and you sort of approach where you can, the High Zaubern will effectively go behind the sort of velvet ropes of the exhibit, so to speak, and start to sort of peel back this tapestry that seems to be laying over a humanoid body. And he peels it back about a third of the way down to where you can start to see like a little bit past the shoulders. And it seems to be the corpse of a human man. One that is probably in the mid-50s or so. But it almost looks artificially aged in the sense that there's like a flakiness to the skin, and some of it just seems sort of odd and unnatural about how the body has decayed. And the High Zaubern will say, this here is a man I knew as Elric Moddit. He used to be well, not unlike you all. Used to be a bit of a pelt bringer, an adventurer, as they say. He died suddenly about 2 weeks ago. His body still healthy, but from speaking to the physician and the sage that he went to, he started to feel burdened not too long ago. He couldn't exactly describe it, but it wasn't like a pain. It was more like he felt his body tiring and sort of withering, as though he was becoming an older man by the day, even more than he already was. Some of the aches and pains that he had that would last for an hour lasted for a day, and I'll be honest, I knew Mr. Moddit quite well. We had spent some time together working at Cairndal together, as he was sort of one of the higher outs that we used for some of our expeditions, and mainly used for security in that sense. He was quite lauded in his day for his swordsmanship and tactical mind. And you see the High Zaubern start to get a little bit emotional, and he says, I wish I had known a bit sooner what had befallen him, but I want to do this ritual for a couple of reasons. One, to get peace of mind, but also to get more information on what we're facing here. I have a bit of a tincture for you all to drink, and he will sort of bring out a sort of like a flight of shot glasses almost as he gets back around here. And in it is a sort of a I guess semi-milky liquid with some like red flecks in it. Not so much like glitter, but more like almost they almost look like liquid strands of confetti, and he sort of passes one out to each of you. And he says, this will just numb any irritation on the skin, from where we will, I guess, start the process here.
I thought we said this was a no owie kind of ritual.
Well, you can take the sip.
Okay.
And as he goes and gets what he has been working on, you see, half a dozen bowls on the table that he's at that are sort of reeking with different odors, and you see a lot of like alchemical, not just ingredients but tools, mortar and pestle, and you see a bunch of like almost surgical equipment, like a pair of scissors and stuff like that, just sort of garish looking stuff. And you see actually part of the winged phalange that you guys had brought him from after defeating Valramon. And
what about the coddle waddle?
Yep, the caudal spade of the tail.
Yep, that one.
Yep, the caudal waddle is there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And after some final tinkering, he turns around with what is effectively like, I guess it would almost look like a jet injector. Like those old medical devices they used for like, I think it was like polio vaccines and stuff. It's effectively like a needle gun that applies that is like a hammer and spring-driven device that effectively applies pressure to a needle to inject a liquid of some sort. So he turns around with this almost like futuristic-looking needle gun, and he also has like a small piece of cloth with a sort of smearing of a ointment on there, and he says this is to further numb the skin as well. So we're kind of going a bit more double action here. And he actually asks you all where you would like your injection, because he says that there's a chance it might leave a mark. And basically he's sort of asking like kind of upper arm or like ass cheek, effectively.
I'm just gonna say, can we do booty?
I'm fine with whatever you all prefer, and that's what Deba is just saying.
I'll take mine on the upper arm.
I'll take mine on the upper arm as well.
Krane was like about to pull his pants down, and then he's like, "Okay, upper arm's fine, I guess."
You might want to go on my belly. The scales are softer there.
Oh, ow! That sounds painful.
He actually stops and think, and you actually you sort of kind of stonewall his mind for a moment, and he says, Vazur, I apologize. I don't know much about your biochemistry, but I think wherever gets the most blood flow, I think would help.
It'd most likely be the tummy, because that's what gets the most use.
Yeah, I guess with as much as how you bend it, like the waist and stuff. Your core is strong.
Strong.
I don't know. I feel like Embra goes sleeveless a lot, so part of me wants to say ass cheek, but also she might take pride in that area of her body and might not want to dismay it. So, you know what? I'll leave that blank, and no matter what, she's going to get the injection. So, who would like to be administered first?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will. Sorry.
Okay.
You know, from bottom to top, like the High Zobrin was saying. Okay, Reinhold, go ahead and give me
bottom to top.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution save, please.
No.
Oh, great.
Is this when we find out that the Ba is secretly like working against us?
13.
You're only finding that out now. Okay.
What's your charisma?
16, 18.
Okay. Do you add that into your save, or is that the?
This is con save.
Okay. I mean, due to his aura, he would add the charisma to it, wouldn't he?
It's already added.
Yeah, it's already added.
Then what's the 2?
It's added for him. That is his actual con bonus.
Doesn't he have the amulet of health on?
I don't think.
Oh yeah, I forgot
maybe you
about
don't
that.
have it equipped. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
because
do.
based on that, you should have total like +8.
Yeah, it should be 19. There we go.
It is equipped. That's weird. Okay. You want me to reroll that or just add
No, I'll just add the. It should
Okay.
be a 15 total.
Just figured I'd ask.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for reminding me because I forgot about that.
No problem.
You know, I bet it overwrote since the last level up.
Oh yes.
Okay. Beyond that, you feel a really it's no more than like a mosquito landing on you, not even biting you, but like you just kind of feel like there's like a bug or like a small bug on your arm for a moment. And you sort of look down and there's no blood or anything like that. You just see a slightly less empty vial of this sort of liquid that has almost this red-orange sparkle effect to it, and it's like a deep bluish black in color. But it's not thick. It's not like, you know, syrupy. It's more watery still. And you feel fine. Maybe like a little bit of anxiety, nausea, but beyond that, you feel completely okay. Maybe a little dizzy, but, you know, you got the wall to lean on, and you're not feeling any more adverse effects than that. Riven, it sounded like you were on board to be next.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfectly
go and give me a con save.
I swear, if we wake up in Sunderhall or something, our kidney's gone.
No.
I'll be a little upset. I got a 7.
And that'll be 11 because of Reinhold's aura.
Oh yeah.
7, 11. 24.
Quick, Embra, get closer.
Oh, no, she's within the 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
It works.
Oh, yeah.
diagonally.
So, forgot about that.
It's not, what? That's Euclidean, right? I
Uh,
don't even know.
I don't know. Would that be non-Euclidean then?
Euclidean? I
The-
barely know him.
Theoretically, it would be larger than 10, but it's cutting hairs.
Yeah. Okay, Riven, pretty much the same thing. Go ahead and give me a, beyond that, what was I going to say? Just give me a general dexterity check as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
There we go.
easy enough. You start to feel like a little woozy for a moment and kind of get that same sort of anxiety, nausea. And that dizziness sort of hits a little bit harder, so you kind of have to balance yourself and just sort of center your core again. But pretty much the same thing. No other adverse effects. And you're feeling good.
Okay.
And you don't even know who the Noshna is. What are these people? No, I'm kidding. That's not one of the effects.
Who the hell's the Nosh?
Who the hell is Steve Jobs? All right, Krane or Vazur
Noshna,
up
I might-
next.
Krane.
Well, me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Vazur, will you hold my hand?
Okay.
Okay.
As long as you hold mine.
Okay. All right. So, like, how about thigh? Thigh sounds good. I think. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Crane's like slapping his thigh. It's like, okay. All right, I'm not gonna look. No, I have
Yep.
to look. No, not gonna look.
All right. By the time you
No,
say
no.
the second, I'm not gonna look. It's done. And go ahead and give me a con save.
What's 4 to that?
Oh yeah, you're good. 19. Yeah. Krane, you show like maybe a hint of like anxiety, nausea, and that's mostly you talking as it's happening.
Okay,
But
I did like a baby barf in my mouth.
but after the High Zobrin is done, he kind of like tugs at your pants to let you know it's okay to kind of pull it up. That way you're not
yeah.
mooning everybody.
Okay,
And
maybe
yeah,
next time you like give me a count, like a 1, 2, 3 or something.
and then you see the High Zobrin sort of hide a bit of a smirk as he's trying to maintain professionalism here.
Alright,
And
I'm gonna put my shirt back in.
Vazur, go ahead and give me a Constitution save, please.
I got you, Vazur.
Okay, Krane. Thank you. All right, the boss, stick me.
Oh yeah, you're doing good. Another 19. Yeah, same thing. You think that? I mean, you guys know that the hand holding helped.
Yeah.
You don't think. You know that was the case. And
100%.
same thing. A lot of it has just been the anxiety of getting to this moment. But nonetheless, you guys are doing well.
Not so bad.
I would say I'll send something to both Darren and Eric as they are starting to feel things a little bit different.
Tripping out, man.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a vaccine.
And then Embra, I'm gonna keep this one sort of private.
Private?
And then Temi let me know she would prefer upper arm.
Sure, okay, that works for me. And she's a badass. Jesus Christ. She rolled a 23.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What did
Stick me.
Oh, is it done already? Cool.
It's 2 for con, 3 for proficiency, and 1 because of her luck stone.
And
So-
plus 4 for Reinhold.
Yeah, so she's killing the game. Yeah, wonderful for her. Okay.
Oh, Deba,
Yes.
did you need the phylactery thing that I have?
Let's not. At the moment, let's not.
Is that vision thing normal?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm starting to get a bit of a difference in the color of my vision.
As like Riven says that after another like 30 seconds or so pass, Krane and Vazur, you are sort of hit with this, and I can sort of kind of accurately describe it. Almost like a sepia filter has sort of been brought over your vision, and things are now in a bit of a shade of like a brownish red. Although the world still seems vibrant, it just has like a filter over it, and you can definitely tell when you're looking at this area here, where things are just like enveloped in a dome of like sacred light. And at the moment, you're not really sure what's going on, but you definitely think something is different. And with that something, your bodies are all sort of slightly tingling now with a bit of a uneasy feeling, and looking at each other, you start to see some discoloration of your skin and some cloudy eyes, and you're not exactly sure what it means. And you see, while this is happening, Ashami is sort of talking into almost like a recording device, almost like a wizard's like magic mouth or recording type, item, and she's sort of detailing how the High Zobrin is injecting a formulaic serum, and she's sort of saying certain things about milliliters per dose and stuff like that. Like, it seems pretty scientific in a way. And as this is all happening, you guys are just sort of getting these slight uneasy feelings, and your vision, all of you, is almost instinctively drawn towards Reinhold. And you see that Reinhold is looking down into the bag of holding. And in like a blink, Reinhold, you bring out that phylactery. And while this effect is happening, that sort of energy-filled phylactery from the comet that fell after you all first met Valros, it is the one thing right now in your vision that does not have that filter over it like the rest of your surroundings.
So it's like reverse Sin City.
Sure. Yeah, everything is sort of
yeah.
cloudy and without fidelity, but that one item that you sort of instinctively pulled out of the bag of holding.
Do I feel like I want to touch it?
Just to remind everyone what that looks like. Well, let's not roll a d20. Tool check. I don't know you're proficient in energy-laden phylacteries.
What?
That's crazy.
I'm proficient in energy-laden phylacteries.
No,
Hey, Vazur, you can let go of my hand now.
Oh, sorry, Krane.
I mean, we started holding hands, and now, like, I'm all tingly and stuff, so
oh no.
you can let go. It's okay.
I don't think that was my fault.
I'm
Okay.
starting to feel a little odd.
Yeah. But that being said, you definitely see things in a different way, and after a minute or two, that effect kind of subsides, and the full color comes back to your guys' skin, and the sort of cloudy eyes sort of give way to your normal looking sclera and pupils and all that. And just kind of making sure you have all your functions about you still. You sort of look at each other and just kind of nod of affirmation sort of follows you all, and you see that the Censor has been sort of recording things this whole time, and either with her voice or with sort of a metal pen and some parchment. The High Zabern will approach and say, would you mind detailing to me what you're feeling right now? It doesn't have to be accurate, but just whatever words come to mind. There's no wrong answers.
Before or after the injection faded?
Within the last minute or so.
Everything kind of went fuzzy, and the only thing that wasn't was the phylactery. It felt odd, but not uncomfortable.
I felt my eyes drawn to it as well, and Reinhold as he was preparing to grab it. Besides that, I was feeling a bit woozy. I was admittedly using this lectern, is that the word?
Yes.
I was using it for a bit of support, but I didn't feel like I was going to collapse.
Okay. Very well. Is there anything?
We just like yeet ourselves into this void in front of us. Is that what we do now?
Oh, I hope you're not seeing a void.
Well, I mean, maybe not void, but like we just like jump head first into the fuzzy space spot.
If you think that's something you can do, I would say don't at this moment, at least.
But
Although
I'm feeling like compelled to do so. It's just like I got like a urge tingle sense.
One of the things that actually, as the High Zabern is starting to say things like, he's trying to essentially move the conversation along, and as he does, Reinhold, you get a bit of like a phantom pain, like from an old wound. And in fact, it's one of your most recent wounds, and it's when one of the sort of Knoll war chiefs hit you with like their big pain flail, and did a good chunk of damage to you. That sort of, you almost kind of look down, and it's hard to tell with your armor, but you're able to maneuver in a way where you can get a hand towards like the fabric under your plate, and this wound, it isn't reopened, but you can tell it's like scabbing again, and like it's a little bit worse than it was. You're not losing like any other hit points, but those big wounds are like kind of back a little bit.
Could I take my that piece of armor off?
Yeah, I'd say it's like your left pauldron, like you're trying to shield your torso, and like one of your shoulders got like a big hit. So yeah, it's easy enough to get there.
Okay, I'll take that piece off and kind of like pull the fabric away to look at it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of like, it's still bruised, as you would suspect it would be, but yeah, the wound looks fresher than it should. You have examined that part of your body since that fight.
If it's important, this recent wound here seems to, I don't know, seems to irritate me more.
Okay, very well. All of you are kind of, I don't know if I wouldn't say you're experiencing the same effect from that, but like that's the biggest hit in recent memory that kind of did a good chunk of like physical damage. And the High Zaubern will say, as you said, I had your trust, and I need to examine a bit further.
All right.
Okay. He takes out, or rather, he sort of wields, instead of just carrying, he wields his staff a bit more heartily. And he takes out what seems to be like a small sort of ceremonious almost knife. And he actually, after he does some waving around with the staff, like doing some pretty simple sort of detection spells, he would sort of offer it to you to hold while he puts one hand sort of on where your neck and your collarbone meet, and with a very fine sort of deft right hand, he will find sort of the worst spot of that wound that has been sort of reopening, and he breaks just the smallest piece of skin to obtain some of your blood from it. Your blood looks normal, but as the High Zaubern sort of moves further into this effect that is giving off this sort of spectral light, you see that your blood sort of shimmers in this light, and instead of the crimson red that you see, it is more of a brackish, dark gray black, and it starts to sizzle on the metal of his knife. And he just sort of looks down at the recovered Elric, and just sort of goes about his business for a moment and saunters back, putting away some of his materials. The Censor, Ashami Vutona, will approach and say, again, I would like to thank you all for coming. I am going to be on my way to get some work done, but if you need to reach me, please reach out to the High Zaubern, as you have been. I hope to talk with you all soon. And she gives another bow to you all, and just starts to head out. Says a couple words to Kotha here. Doesn't really acknowledge Thermal too much. And with a quick sort of teleport spell, she is gone.
Wait, was that it?
I, for some reason, don't believe so.
The High Zabern will say, that is the ritual of the injection done. There are a couple things I think we should discuss. Have you all in some way, aside from when you claim to have been brought from a, call it, non-living state to see blue, has there been any other time where you have been brought back from the beyond, as they say? Riven, I suspect I know your answer.
That is correct.
I fell in battle, but I don't think I mean, I'm fairly certain I didn't die.
What was the question? Have we ever died?
Have you been resurrected after dying?
Yeah.
And discounting the one from Blue.
Then no.
Good. Vazur?
Not that I remember.
Okay. Embra would reply, no. Not even close. The High Zabern will write down a few things in a sort of leather-bound notebook that he has, in which he sort of opens up a bit of a small pocket dimension and puts it in, as you see it sort of disappear out of thin air. And he says, perhaps a bit of commonality then.
Wait, what?
My friend Elric here had fallen in a battle that I was party to. I was in the same vicinity and I saw it happen. He was brought back after a few moments from a cleric of some kind. I can't remember her name, but after that, he got on his feet and kind of brushed things off. What I'm trying to say is he wasn't afflicted with any of the symptoms he felt before his death until the past few weeks. I don't know if it means anything, but we might be dealing with some sort of necrosis here.
But like in us?
It's possible, but I don't know on what timetable that might be. There might not be any necrosis in the first place. Perhaps old Elric was heading towards his death one way or another, and time took its toll. And it could be just a coincidence, but I am thinking that with whatever is happening out there, if somebody is toying with cosmic beings in the natural order of things, that it is possible that Red, or this Gorlem that you described, has been pulling at the strings of his powers. Perhaps the idea of oblivion has been changed in his definition of things. I have a small fear that those who have been resurrected in the past will come to their demise at some point, perhaps even an accelerated point. I no doubt imagine you saw the other covered body we had near the entrance, and you guys actually do recall that, as there was another tarp over a humanoid. That was another person who had been resurrected once in their past that started to succumb to the same symptoms that Elric did. I believe that there is a chance that this necrosis might lie in all of you, but until I know what it actually is, there's no way to detect that. And while this disease afflicts you, I do not think I can say in good conscience that you can be resurrected until a cure for your necrosis is found. Which puts the line of work you're in to be considerably more dangerous. Does everybody understand what I am saying to some extent? You don't have to know it by heart, but...
I think the long and short of it is we don't have a second chance. Or rather, a third chance for us and a fourth chance for Riven.
I do not think you have any more of a chance than you've already been given by Blue. Yes, that is essentially what I am saying.
And that, most likely, among the 5 of us, as time passes on, I may find myself naturally drawing closer to death.
I will not lie to you, Riven. I don't know if it will happen faster, seeing as that you have been brought back twice. I just don't want to make that commitment when I can't prove it. It might not be cumulative.
I guess I'm not sure myself, but it didn't, I guess, really feel like dying, per se, the first time, as I believe we were almost just set back to a certain point in what seemed to be time. I know nothing of time or the magic that affects it, but it might be it might be dissimilar to just perishing. Our task remains the same, however, so
Yes.
that's merely speculation.
I don't exactly, I won't lie to you, I don't exactly know the next step here, but if anything, I believe that we have been successful in some sense, that you now have the ability to channel a previously unknown vision of yours, that which will dull your mind to the surroundings of the world, but enhance your perception on a cosmically affected item. And he just sort of gestures towards the phylactery that Reinhold held in his hand not a few moments ago.
Well, death has always been a barrier in our line of work. And I don't think this changes anything for us.
No, but I take my words carefully. Do be careful from now on, even more so than before.
You get a little pop-up in like the right corner saying hardcore mode enabled.
Survival
okay.
mode.
Yeah.
You're telling me we have to eat and drink and sleep now?
That's crazy. High-level Sims gameplay.
So y'all got like 2 months. I got like 15 days.
Actually, that raises a good question though. Deba, how long is Elric, right?
Yeah.
How long after that resurrection did Elric start to show these symptoms?
Deba says, from what I knew of him, he was a stubborn man, but he first went to his physician about 2 weeks ago.
And
I
when
don't
was he
know.
resurrected?
Oh, this would have been, wow, 8-10 years, somewhere around there.
Oh, we've got time then. If we go by that standard.
I don't think
you're thinking holistically.
I think the idea is that since this distortion, people who have been perfectly fine after being resurrected are starting to just re-feel old wounds, at least if I'm understanding correctly. It's from the time of the reddening, not from
see.
time of resurrection.
So we don't have time.
We certainly don't have time to faff around.
I can't say anything for sure. I promise I wish I could.
Well, better to operate under the assumption that we don't have time and get things done quickly.
At least Krane is getting his steps in before his heart gives out.
If I'm gonna die fit.
Cardio until you die.
The High Zobran will sort of respond to that sort of idea of, kind of keep moving, and he just sort of reiterates, like, I truly do not have a path for what is next. I will definitely get this up the chain of command and make sure word gets around while keeping you all anonymous. But there are a few people from everyone's past that I think they can keep an eye out on if they were in any sort of adjacent line of work.
How far is Thrumel?
60 feet maybe, 45.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll lower my voice to like not so much a whisper, but yeah. Does Thrumel know that this is a possibility?
I'll be honest, he sort of facilitated the meeting here, but beyond that, I haven't told him anything. He seems to be smart enough not to ask things like that. I don't think he even knows that it's a possibility.
Very well. Okay, well, I don't know where to start. I suppose maybe we should converse with Blue.
You said that we have a new form of vision, unknown to us beforehand, correct?
That is how I would describe it, giving pertinence to what you all told me.
And this is for Drew, is that something I can kind of almost like turn on consciously?
Yeah, there is a way to activate it, and I will get this written up, as I haven't actually decided finally how it's going to work, but I've got a couple ideas. One of the things that will happen, unless there's any protest, but we're going to be gearing down for the night here, and one of the things that the High Zobran suggests is that because the phylactery is the only item that you guys sort of have in your possession or know of that has been affected either by red or just on a cosmic level, he would suggest that essentially Deba will take the phylactery back to Cairndal, and after some time, you guys would try and activate your vision and see if there is any difference.
Okay.
That seems
So,
fine.
If it's not like a visual thing, is it like an internal compass needle that sort of points towards a direction? Or is there going to be something more? And in fact, I would like to leave off with this. We can retcon some conversation, but eventually, obviously, the High Zabern has to get going and sort of get to work on whatever comes next. But I'm just going to put him invisible for now. After he will part with the phylactery, and I'm not going to take it off your sheet, Reinhold. I'm just going to say kind of in parentheses, like with the
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
After he leaves and you guys do try and use that vision again to sort of kind of access that previous knowledge that he had sort of uncovered, it does sort of work that way in the sense that you almost sort of, all in a short span of time, sort of float outside of your bodies, almost like you're projecting yourself. And at superhuman, cosmic speeds, you're sort of driven past flowing hills and plains and through a thick forest and over, big, beautiful mountains and rushed to the exterior of Carindal. And it doesn't actually like zoom in like like a camera would in a movie on where this like hidden artifact is. But seeing as that's where the High Zabern went, and that's sort of where your vision took you, and you're familiar with Carindal, it does sort of work that way in the sense that it sort of moves you in the direction of where that item is. But with that, almost simultaneously as you're moving through all that stuff, you all get a vision. And one of the visions that you get, in fact, I kind of want to figure out a better way to do this. So I think I'm going to make a little scene here on the fly.
Ooh, a little on-the-fly scene action?
Yeah.
Pretty fly for a scene guy.
Oh, love that. Just to add some, like, effects and stuff, just to make sure it's not, like, just... Because I originally thought I was going to pop up, like, a PNG for you guys, but...
Nah, keep working on that.
See.
Do we see the other flying bodies actually projecting of our friends?
I'll say yes. Why not? Because you're all sort of taking part together.
Nope. I'm opting out. No, I'm kidding.
You can't fly solo. I'll
That's
fly
right.
after you.
Let's do that. Obviously, I don't need a grid for this.
I'm really glad that it wasn't just like our field of vision, because that would take a lot longer to find these artifacts.
Oh, sure.
Like, we're like, all right, we got to go to like every major city and be like, hey, do you guys have any like oblivion causing or like things that make you see everything?
Yeah,
Like,
just
we
the
gotta-
normal stuff.
Then we gotta turn on our heat ray vision. Nope,
then-
not an artifact of red. That's
Oh,
just a kitchen knife.
please.
Just a
Can't be
kitchen
too
knife.
careful.
This could be a phylactery. Also, wait a minute. We just gave a very powerful wizard a phylactery.
Well,
Guys,
it's an energy-laden phylactery. It's more like just a storage for the energy from the comet.
I feel like energy laden means that it's just ready to be used as a phylactery. It's like an active phylactery,
Alright.
like a charged phylactery.
And this is sort of the vision that you get, and let's see if I can find something here.
The
Yeah.
phylactery? You mean a phylactery?
Love that.
I don't get it.
And this is the vision that you guys get.
Yo, what?
Yo,
Arse?
oh, we gotta go into space.
Bro, we about to
There
be
we go.
astronaut.
What you see while you're getting sort of flashes of this as your guys' sort of vision is being shunted through space and time towards Carindal is that you'll get these flashes looking out at the sort of cosmos from a third person perspective. And effectively, you see immediately, this is actually kind of shot from further back, I would say. Think of essentially this here, this smaller dome here,
Mm-hmm.
as the, let's just call it the home planet that you guys are on. And that these two are the moons, Sean and Vim. And almost as if a whip was being cracked through warm butter, these two moons are sliced in half, and their astral bodies are like exploding into a million pieces. And you just see a ever-present hue of red enveloping the space around you. And that is sort of where we're going to end tonight's session.